Sorry. We're gonna look at shark attack stats. Again, one thing I like to do, I always like to compare other animals' situations to this dog culture. It's just just to show dog nuts how vile dogs are in comparison to how natural, beautiful, harmless everything else is compared to dogs. Um, it states here in 2015 saw the most unprovoked shark attacks ever recorded at 98 compared to previous record of 88. That was in 2000. Took over 15 years to break that record. Um, in 2015, there were half the number of deaths compared to 11 deaths in 2000. And they ask, so what is the reason for the increase increase in the number of unprovoked shark attacks? Two of the main reasons can explain the increase. I like the first one, the first answer, but I'm going to read the second one. It says the International Shark Attack File held at the Florida Museum has the longest running database on shark attacks, has a long-term scientifically documented database containing information on all known shark attacks. And it's funny, again, like I'm looking for a database on all dog attacks, and you're not gonna find one. I'm not saying there isn't. There probably is, but it's hidden, and I haven't been able to find it. I've been doing this for over 5 years. I've been searching and researching for over 5 years, and I have not found a dog attack database of the fatalities of those that have been attacked by dogs. None. There's none out there. And we could have many reasons for that. There's so many dog attacks. that could be the reason. And if that is one of the reasons, then why do we continue to own these things? Another reason why it's so hard to find this database, whether there is or isn't, is these dog nuts, the dog industry, they want to hide the truth. They want to hide the truth. They don't want to, be honest about dogs, because again, it's a business. So they're going to hide it. So they're not going to have a database of all the victims of all the dog attacks that have happened. And it kind of goes with the first thing I said. There's just so many dogs. I'm talking worldwide, just in America, just in Canada. You simplify it. There's just too many dogs out there to keep track of all these dog attacks. And they do say dogs bite about a million it's over a million or 3 million or 4 million dog bites a year, I think it was. It's a lot. So again, why do dog nuts own these things? And the first, finish this one up first. Over the past 3 decades, their efficiency in discovering and investigating attacks have greatly improved, which could add to an increase in the number of attacks purely because they are now documented when previously they might have been missed. Just like with dog attacks. They tend to miss a lot of dog attacks. And again, for many reasons. Particularly attacks in remote locations with poor access to communication networks. Advances in various electronic communication modes has enabled the expansion of the ISAF in their observations. And the first one says, more people in the water for longer periods of time is likely the main reason for this increase in shark attacks. And it's just like with these dogs. More and more people are owning these dogs, therefore more and more people are going to get attacked. Dogmas can be like, oh, dog attacks are only high because there are so many dogs out there. Duh, and that's the problem. And if there's so many dogs out there and resulting in so many attacks, this is only evidence that they don't belong. This is evidence that these dogs are dangerous. These dogs are vile. Because we have dogs going on other people's property to attack them. Remember, there was an old lady gardening, and these dogs went onto her property and attacked and killed her. Even when you do well and mean well for these things, they still attack you. There are many people that rescue dogs, taking care of these dogs in shelters, and what do? They attack. There are too many dogs out, and that is the problem. When there are 0 dogs in the homes, in our community, in our cities, in our towns, in our countries, then there will be 0 dog attacks. And no one's going to be complaining. And I said in one of the previous videos, I think the New Year's video is, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. I told you I lost my train of thought. I totally lost my train of thought. But is I can't remember what I said. I just went blank. But anyways, but again, the more you own these dogs, the more attacks they're going to be. When you have no dogs, no one's going to go, oh, that's what they're going to say. Yes. So there are no pets. There are no second dangerous pets out there that people have to watch out for on a daily basis. You don't see signs out in the street regarding any other pet. It's only signs about dogs. Keep your dog on the leash. Pick up after your dog. Things like that. And the news is always about dog attacks. Dogs mauling this person and killing this person. In the news, and when the police are around, sometimes they have to block out the streets. Better keep the streets, the city on lockdown because of a dog. This doesn't happen with cats. There's no other pet that this is happening with. Not even in the ocean with these sharks. Sharks are as vile. Again, they're dangerous. But the stats are low. The stats regarding these dogs are very, very low. And when you compare it to dogs, which it's up there. Like every day, every year, it's so high. It's like one too many. One too many. And it's like, you don't want to get attacked by a shark, stay out of the ocean. I think in some places, some beaches, they will like have an alarm of, shark in the area, and you have to get out of the water. But with dogs, there's a dog in the area. What do? We continue to act as if this thing is harmless. We then act like this thing is our brother, sister, our friend. Then what does it do? Invades and attacks and stinks up the place. See, dogs are just too dangerous. And we are more safer around sharks than we are with dogs. And that's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. And if it wasn't safer to be around sharks than dogs, then why wouldn't, when it comes to dogs, they always have to, be, proactive and with dogs when it comes to the holidays, when it comes to weather, when it comes to light, and always saying, hey, watch out for this. Dogs may act like this during this happens, or when this happens. Dogs may be triggered for this and that. Like you constantly have to like turn your whole life around for this worthless mutt. For what exactly? And all it does is remain worthless. With any other pet, you don't get that. They do their thing and they're fine. I mean, with the rabbits, come on, with the rabbits or hamsters, man, you lock them up in cages. For most of their life, they're locked up in cages. You think if something is locked up for that long, they'd go berserk. But you take them out and everything is good. But with dogs, you lock them in a cage, they still want to attack you. Even when they're outside of a cage, they still want to attack you. And they say don't keep a dog in a cage for too long or it's going to attack you or be aggressive. Can't keep it on a leash for too long. Can't keep it tied up or it's going to attack you. Or any other animal, you can put in cages or whatever and you're cool. There's some videos with people riding with cats in like these backpacks, whether on a boat or on their bike. And these cats are cool. They're fine. You take them out, they're fine. They're not attacking. No one's complaining. But you put a dog in a cage, these things get irritable, and they want to attack you. And you get dog nuts saying, "Oh, you can't keep a dog in a cage for too long. You shouldn't keep a dog in that cage. That cage is too big. That cage is too small. Has these things on the cage. The cage needs to be a little bit wider, shorter, taller." They come with all these excuses just to protect these worthless mutts. And one day I just want them to admit and just be honest about these dogs and just admit that these dogs are brain damaged mutants. They have problems with everything. And you have to constantly be on top of it. Or they're going to attack you, or they're going to make your life a living hell. And we all know if a dog ain't attacking you, they're going to tear up your house. They're going to annoy you. They're going to piss all over the floors, shit all over the floors. They're going to rip all over your stuff. We've seen these in videos. You've seen it. I know you've seen it. Where the dog will tear up the whole entire house. And once it's done tearing up the house, or when the owner comes back, this dog will act and act all sad and guilty and innocent, as if it was an accident. So you tell me this dog ripped up through the whole entire house, and now finally it realized it did something bad? We've seen these videos. Dog rips up through the couches, the tables, all over the pots, all over the entire house. And then when the owner gets back, this thing is hiding up in the bedroom that it just destroyed, looking all innocent and sorry. So you didn't think this thing didn't think of to stop right at the entire beginning? This is the type of things that dog nutters love to go through. Why? I don't know. But anyways, I'm Tim Watson, and please remember, it's okay to hate dogs.